Well, we're here working on the 8 student wheels at the studio here on Hamilton Avenue North. My piece of clay is lovely and centered, and apparently this is the most difficult part, but very, very important. Here to tell me why, one of the co-owners here at Loam Studio, Sarah Fulford. We've got the other owner, Nina, on the other side. She'll be giving me some lessons later in the morning. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning.
So why is it important that we start off with a nice centered piece of clay?
It's important because if it's not perfectly in the center, your piece of clay will go flying off. It'll wobble.
Okay.
You know, you'll just start to open it up, and then as soon as you start to try to bring the walls up, one side will be much fatter than the other, and it'll just go flying off.
Okay. So now is it important that I keep my hands wet throughout the process?
They don't have to be very wet, just wet enough that there isn't friction.
Okay.
If you don't have any water, it'll heat up and it'll start to hurt your hands.
Why did you and Nina choose the name Loam for the studio?
Well, loam is a kind of clay. It's not pure clay. It has other elements in it, and we like to have a place that has elements. Like, if you look at the work here, there's bits of wood, and there's
A little bit of everything.
Earthy, and it's
So what are you working on making, Sarah?
I'm making one bowl from a set of nesting bowls. So I have a picture here. I drew this, and I'm going to use calipers.
If I can borrow your picture.
Sure.
Here's the picture of the nesting bowl, and you've got a couple of different sizes on the go.
I've already done a few, and there's a one set. It's not exactly the same shape, but I'm doing a similar set. There's 10 of them that fit into each other.
So now I'm going to try and copy you, and mine will likely look anything like yours does at the end. But what's the first step here? What are you doing with your
First thing I do
finger?
is I'm opening up in the middle, so the wheel's turning, and I think you're going to get a better explanation from Nina when she shows you, but you can go ahead and try.
Okay.
And after I open up the middle, I lift the sides.
Okay. So how long does it typically take from beginning to end to make a nesting bowl?
Well, just one bowl takes about 5 minutes. To make the whole set, it'll probably take me all day.
Yeah.
Because you have to throw them, and then you have to trim them all. Yeah.
So what are some of the different workshops that you offer here at the studio?
We do have some beginner workshops. We just had one, but we'll have more. We'll have those. The beginner workshop is if people just want to try it. They're curious. Wow, you're doing very well.
Thank you. I'm copying you. So I know you've got a teapot workshop that's actually sold out, but that's coming up. How many hours on the Saturday is it?
It'll be 4 to 5 hours, and that's you don't have to have any experience for that one because it's not on the wheel. Doing things on the wheel takes quite a long time to learn. So it will be a hand building teapot.
Okay. So now what's this in front of me?
Okay, that is a plaster mold. The next workshop we have coming up, in fact, is learning how to make plaster molds. That one is for people who have done pottery before, and they want to be able to reproduce the same thing over and over.
Okay.
So, I have there's a tiny bird feeder, and the mold beside it is made out of plaster, and I made the original one by hand, on the wheel, in fact.
Right.
And then I made a mold so that I could redo it fast.
Okay. If you head to the Loam website, you can look at all of the information, including the different workshops that they offer. How does mine look so far?
Not bad. Keep going.
I think I need some tips from Nina. Stay with us. It's coming up in just a little while on CTV Morning Live.